Podcast.
Elektrisch fuhren ass just fir an der Stadt gedurcht. Net mam ID3, weil ihr werd 3 Monate lang mam Roberto Spanier, den Herr Lützeburg lieft, ammer der kompletter Familie durch Europa reisen bis a Griechenland. Wat do seg Mission ass dat gimmer geschwur gewur. Ja, wie gesagt, wir sind am ID3 NRW méi wie just en Cityflitzer. Mit der cooler, opfallischer Farbe, das ist den ID3 First von Volkswagen. Voll elektrisch NRW. Ich bin mal gespannt, was der Roberto erzählen wird.
Der Roberto Fernandes hat sich ein Ziel gesagt, 3 Monate lang mit seinem voll elektrischen Volkswagen ID3 durch Europa zu reisen. Und das mit seiner Frau und seinen Kindern. Die Hauptdestination aus Griechenland. Auf seiner Reise will hier Schulklassen Lützeburg und seine Kultur Mino bringen. Das Episode gewinnt voraus abgeholt und zu seiner Zeit ist hier schon in NRW. Mit Andrea hat sich nicht ein Goe gelost, nach 4 Depart mit Roberto über sein Projekt zu schwatzen.
Guten Mittag, schön, dass ihr alle gut angeschaltet für diese Edition von DrivingDreams. Ja, heute mal neben mir den Roberto Gomez. Ja. Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Ja, wir ändern ein bisschen Spruch, das ist die Vierte beim Podcast, weil so gut ist Lützeburg noch nicht, oder?
Bon, Lützeburg ist okay, ja. Bon, ich habe gerne ein bisschen vielleicht Translanguage zwischen den verschiedenen Sprachen, weil ich meine, für den Podcast ist es mehr interessant bei mir.
Ein bisschen wie fluent.
Ja.
Weil ich will schon eine Indikation geben, weil wir machen auf Englisch weiter.
Okay.
Am besten. Auf Französisch geht doch. Das ist der Chain so Lützeburg, Multikulti, wir können alles machen.
Ja.
Du warst, you're from Spain, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from Spain, yes.
So, also born in Spain?
I was born in Spain, yes.
Okay, nice. Well, my Spanish language is, well, it's very difficult. Una cerveza, por favor. Hola, chica, ¿qué tal?
Well, that helps sometimes, yeah.
Well, oh, guapa. I think these are, all the Freddy things from Spanish. On the other hand, Spain is a very nice country. Now you're in Luxembourg, but you're very, and this is where I wanted to start, you're very international, and this is all about your project. So you are here today to talk about your projects, also with the VW ID3. You are, well, traveling around Europe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we have some time off.
You and your, well, you and the family.
Sadly, my wife, and we have 3 children, and we decided to use this time off to travel around Europe, and we set as a destination, actually it's not that far away, but is the Greece, but we travel very slowly, so so even if it's not that far away, we'll do a lot of stops, and we have many things in mind for this project.
Okay.
Many also countries to visit. We're basically doing a loop to Greece through the Balkans, and then in the way back we'll go through the coast.
Okay, well, it's first of all, it's not to travel like to have on vacation or something like this,
no.
But you have, well, a mission. Let's say it like this.
Yeah. Well. It's first is to spend time together as a family, right? And we have also in mind to, well, this is a special time to be together, and all the stimuli that the children will receive, right, out of this trip through so many countries. But also one of the projects what we have in mind is to visit some schools in difficult areas and collaborate with them. So it's a one-day thing, so it will not be a very long collaboration, but we mean to do that.
And you visit them for what reason?
Well, we would like to introduce us as a family and tell them about the project. I think that's already very stimulating for the children to meet people coming from Luxembourg with speaking so many languages, and maybe they have many questions for us. And also, well, my wife also is a specialist in biology and also in languages and teaching. So we would like to also collaborate and prepare some activities with the teachers of these schools.
Okay, so this is all about it's like a cruise. Yeah? So you start in. Well, you're not only doing this in Greece, you're doing this in all the countries where you go, right?
Well, we're trying to do so, yes. And this video, hopefully, one of the objectives, it's not only that show that this trip is possible with an electric car, but also to show these schools who we are, what we're doing.
So is there, I mean, you told me before you traveled already around the world by car or by caravan.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you're driving with an electric car?
That long, yes. Yes, it will be for us also a challenge because we know some of these countries we are visiting, they don't have such a good network as we have here, unfortunately. So it will be also a challenge for us, but I think we are up to it for it. Well, I think it's also part of the process, right? So I think we are probably contributing for a better network, right? So if we don't change it up down, we change it bottom up, right? So no, afraid no, we just need a bit more preparation, but
so what are you doing before you drive? So you planned already everything, you know exactly where the electro stations are or not yet, or is it more like you look at from day to day?
We're actually pinpointing some cultural sites or natural sites we would like to visit with the children, and also the schools we want to visit, and from them we will try to find recharging points, but I'm not so afraid because the ID3 you can also recharge in a normal plug. So even if we rent a house for staying 1 week, we can see with the owner that we can sort of connect the cars and recharge it. And
sure.
We don't need to do 400 kilometers every day. So in a way, it's okay for us.
Well, on the other hand, it's nice to see you, that it's, well, nice for everybody to see that it's possible to travel with these cars. I mean, this is always like people who are not very convinced about electrified cars. They say, well, I can drive that far away, but you show exactly the different thing, that it's working. And I mean, it's a challenge, but I think it will be another way of driving and another way of traveling. It's not like you putting like fuel in your car, you're driving like 700 kilometers and then you go to another fuel station and reload it, and drive away, but you can stay longer at the station and have a coffee, have a great time.
Exactly,
and you're in family. I mean, this is...
We do that also often. So for us, it's our way of traveling also. We like more slow traveling. So for us, it's okay. It's perfect for us.
So where have you been already before?
Living or visiting?
Visiting traveling. Or like traveling, like a travel like this one?
Travel. We travel for 7 months around France and Spain, also with babies.
Oh wow!
We travel.
That was a challenge. I think when you say electrified cars are a challenge, no, I think traveling with babies is
already a challenge. We've been also traveling with auto caravan for 3 weeks in the Bretagne in France. Okay. Mostly in the wild, let's say, not in campings. So it was also. That was also a challenge because you actually a caravan. I don't know if you are auto caravan. I don't know if you have ever traveled like this. But,
no, unfortunately not. I'm looking forward. I already planned before Corona to travel with one in America.
Okay.
Because I think this is huge.
It's huge.
But
we traveled with one for the first time. It was 7 meters and a half long.
Oh, wow.
And you also need to be careful with the fridge. Where to load and so on. So it's already a practice, I think, that way.
How do you do this? Are you talking with people from there, or are you more closed into the family and we say we are as a family and it's done? Or do you are more open-minded, go to people, live their lifestyles, or...
Well, when we travel, we go a lot of apartments and houses, and we try to exchange as much as possible with the locals, right? So I think because you learn a lot through these interactions, and also one of the goals of going to the schools is to learn more about the local cultures. We're going to Bosnia, Croatia, we're going to North Macedonia, Serbia, Greece also, right? But so Albania, and so on. We try to exchange as much as possible, right? Not just go there as a museum and
that's very well the normal tourism. I don't like them neither. So
it's a different way.
I always feel ashamed when I go to another destiny and I have my backpack and I'm like, like the real tourism. I don't like myself that way. But
well, it's also good. It's just a different way, right?
But, I prefer like walking through the cities like they're mine. No, but very very nice. What are you afraid of? Is there something you say not afraid of, but that you have respect?
Well, I mean, it's basically driving with a car. You have to be careful with children, and so I'm mostly maybe careful when I drive a lot because I don't speed. For example, I go very slow, and I'm very careful with the other drivers. I think more than with myself. It's basically because I drive with children. So
how old are they?
Well, the oldest is 11, and then the second one is 4, and the third one is 5 months old.
Oh, you're driving with three children. Wow.
Not all the time. Sometimes there will be most of the time there will be 2. The oldest is in the secondary school, so unfortunately she cannot accompany us.
Okay.
All the trip during all the trip, but yeah.
So he was not allowed to do it.
Well, she will be only on holidays when she's with us. So if we are, for example, in Greece or in Croatia, we'll fly with her, and she will be with us during the school holidays period. Sorry, and then and then she will have to come back, unfortunately. But yeah,
poor one. So she sees that everybody is very lucky and with sun and sunshine, and then you're here in June, Luxembourg, raining.
Yeah,
but how did I mean? You're talking about 3 people. Well, 5 people here in the car. How do you do it with all the bags? Is the ID3 that big?
It fits. We've done already, and so you can put the ISOFIX in the front, and then 3 people in the back. Yeah, it's true that with the baby chairs it's a bit more challenging, but we've done it already. We try and it worked. It's ID3 is bigger than it looks on the outside. So inside is actually quite spacious.
Yeah, when you see it on the pictures, I think it's green.
Oh, yeah,
the light is green.
Thank you.
When you see it on the picture, then it looks like a Golf, I think. Well, from the dimension, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And when you really are ahead of the car, it's really big. It's not like the ID4, but it's something.
Well, we compare the ID4 in the inside and the back space, and I think the ID4 inside was like 5 centimeters wider in the back.
Yeah. Maybe.
So yeah, it's not a big difference. I think the ID4, of course, it's bigger in the suitcase and back space and trunk. There's of course a different car, but in the seating space there's not such a big difference. At least what I saw. Yeah. Sorry.
When did you buy your car? Was it before the idea of making that trip? Or was it already?
It was before. So I have a diesel car, and then my wife had a gasoline. So we decided I was actually wanted to get rid of the diesel, and we don't need 2 cars. So we actually sold both of them, and we bought an electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first one.
Yeah, this is our first electric. We actually use a lot of the public transport. We bike with electric bikes, we walk, and then when we use the car, we use electric. We try to use only renewable energies. I think for many reasons, right? We are concerned about climate change, we're concerned about pollution in the cities, and also, you know, oil comes from very far away. There's a lot of pollution related to oil. We are able to produce electricity right here in Luxembourg or around Luxembourg, and the change is possible. So I think it's part of that too.
And it's driving great. I think it's a great change. I have to say I prefer both. So I like the gasoline too. I grew up with that. I'm a huge fan of cars and etc. So, but I always say that. A lot of groups are doing it in a very nice way. The cars are looking great. It's not like, I think the first electric cars who came out, they were like, I don't know, like little bottles, but now they're sexy. It's a sexy car. I like them very much, and I think in that way, it's an attractive way to drive electric. So,
and I understand if you're used to one. People are used to one system, let's say, and then of course changing to another system, it's scary. Some people say, "Oh, but where do you charge your car?" And I say, "Well, I can also charge it in my parking. I have a normal plug." "Oh, but does it work in a normal plug?" I say, "Yeah." So no. How long it takes to charge? Well, I think you can even charge it overnight. You just plug your car when you come home, and then
it's very easy too.
Yeah, I think many of the things about electric cars that people just don't know. They're not aware of many things. It's a pity, but
you have to try it first before you can judge. I think.
Of course. Yeah.
What did your children say? Do they like the car? Or?
Yeah, I think they like because it's very calm, very relaxing. They don't hear any noises, and I think they like.
I think when I was a kid, this is what I wanted to say before. When I was a kid, for me it was like you had the loudest car and the biggest car, and I think that the new generation of kids and also teenagers, they don't care about that anymore. I think this is or less than before.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, I think they are more. They're more aware of the changes that we are seeing, right, in the climate. Yesterday we have guests from Holland, and they told us it's been very warm, very rainy, very windy. It's really different weather. I don't think that's something punctual. For example, my parents live in Spain. They have already big problems with water. They've been already lack of water for the last 8 years.
Oh,
I honestly don't believe that's going to change in the soon. In the soon, very soon. I think it's already probably a consequence of all the pollution of the transport industry and so on, right? So it's also good for us to try to vote for parties that want to change things, but also we ourselves, we can change things
everybody
too,
can change something. I think that's for sure. But it's nice to see that the new generations have another mind about it. And
I hope it's just not discourse, but there's also action, right?
Yeah. But on the other hand, I mean, before I talked to some teenagers who said, "Well, I'm 17 years now," and I said, "Okay, next year you're doing the license," and they're not. No, why? I think I get the buses, and I think,
of course,
I think it changed.
That's even better, right? So, that's
I can imagine.
That's great.
Where do you feel from Spain? Is there something? Are you in a village, or is it really a big city?
It's a city like Luxembourg City.
Oh, okay, fine. So you don't need the car.
No, not really. And here, actually, in Luxembourg, I love taking public transport. I take it all the time, like the tram, the trains, and the buses, all the time. So the car, I love also driving and the ID3, but it's mostly on the weekends. So I bike a lot, almost every day.
But it's you actually also living in the city, right?
I live in the city. So
I think there it's easier, actually. But I mean, anyhow.
Of course.
Sometimes it's always nice to take a bike or something. My problem is, I told this already in some podcasts before, me and bicycles, we are not best friends.
No, okay.
So
you have to like it. I take the bike even in winter, with snow, with water, everything. So.
I don't think it's the bike's fault. I mean, I'm not talented to drive. I always fall down.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a question of practice, in a question of practice. So.
Yeah, I know. But I don't got that talent, I think. Not like all the other Luxembourgish drivers. So, I mean, we got a lot of talented drivers. But also in Spain, you had Contador, right?
Yeah, of course. Cycling is very popular.
I'm really sorry for that. I was more Andy Schleck than Contador.
I think I like both.
So what is your favorite soccer team?
Oh, I'm not such a soccer fan, but I like when there's more the national team playing,
Yeah, I understand.
But not so much of Madrid or Barcelona. I'm not so much into this kind of rivalry. So
I like how you say it. Barcelona is like it's like summer. The sun is coming out. Yeah. But actually, let's talk a little bit about your project again. So, what is like, when did that idea came to start it, to say we're gonna do this? Was it like you were with your wife on a table and you said we can do this, or is it already, when did it came?
Well, it came last year. We're talking about taking some time off and to spend more time with the children, and of course it's better to use this time while you're traveling than being at home, right? So yeah, it was mostly then, and then we thought about going actually more far away than Europe, but then as we want our oldest child to join us, then it's also
difficult.
Easier. Yeah, it's difficult if you're more far away, of course.
And also with the times, you don't know how it will happen. I mean, when there's coming a critical time again with Corona, then you are like
that also, yeah.
Then you cannot move another frontier. I don't know. It's very, very difficult in these times.
Yeah.
But I mean, Greece is already far away. If you so you go into schools every day.
No. So we plan to try. At least we are aiming at. Of course, it depends on the schools, right? We're aiming to at least to one school per country. I mean, it's not really something that we're doing every day. So
okay, so it's not that you go to one city. I mean, now in Losch, then in Luxembourg.
No.
Okay.
No, we pass through Bosnia and then we'll pick up. We try to select one school and then meet the people in the school and do something with them together. And then mostly at least one school, I would say, right?
What do you tell them about Luxembourg?
Well, whatever they ask me.
What about food?
What about food? I think it's very international, right? Luxembourg. It's very mixed. So I think it's some of the good things of Luxembourg is you can find food from almost every country, right?
That's right. But Luxembourgish food. You know knedelen?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm a bit limited because I cannot eat gluten. So many dishes I'm a bit limited for me. But,
so I'm sorry for you because I like knedelen very much.
Yeah, I know.
But then it's very difficult in Luxembourgish.
Yeah, right? Some of the dishes, yeah.
Yeah, I can remember my grandma doing all these things.
Nice.
Sorry for you. So you're a fish eater, right?
What is it?
Fish.
I eat everything, just not gluten. Whatever is cereals, I have to be careful.
Okay. Oh yeah, with knedelen it's difficult.
Yeah.
What about when they ask you something about schools here in Luxembourg? What do you tell them? I mean.
Yeah, I can tell them a bit how the system works and what languages are taught in school. And I think I know them pretty well. So I think whatever they're interested in, I can try to answer. Yes.
When did you come to Luxembourg?
Well, it was some time ago, 2005, 2006 already.
Okay.
I was living by the time in the US, and then.
Oh, really? Where?
In Washington, DC.
Oh, Washington. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to it. I was more the Cali boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I preferred Cali. I love California. It's not LA, because I think LA is like, it's the movie stars and etc. But I think California has more to give than just LA. I mean, you got like San Diego or all the nature, and then and Hawaii. I love Hawaii too. So.
Yeah. Okay. I've been to California, but not to Hawaii.
You have to do it once.
Yeah.
Taking a car and.
It's a bit far away though, but it's a long trip, right?
Yeah. Well, you have to take the plane for that because it's like 7 hours plane from LA or Las Vegas. So
okay.
It's very far away, but it's worth it. It's very worth it. It's very calm, very familiar too.
Okay.
I think for family it would be very great. Then you go surfing in the morning and
sounds good, huh?
Having great eggs and what.
Wow.
No, it's very nice. It's very nice. But is this a plan for you too? Going to another outside of Europe?
Well, in the beginning it was Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah. Have you ever been to?
Australia, no. I had once the chance, but finally I couldn't make it. But no, to Australia I haven't been. You been to there?
No, Australia. No. I'm too afraid of all the animals.
Okay.
I mean, I already saw this amazing big turtles or spiders. I don't know. It looks a little bit dangerous, no, doesn't it?
It's wildlife is a bit different than Europe, huh?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes you're like, when you have like a fly here or a mosquito or something like this, you're already, oh my god, what is going on? Or my girlfriend who who says, "Oh my God, there's a spider! I don't want to see it." Here in this case in Australia, it's more like, "Oh my God, there is a bear! There's a crocodile!" I don't know. No, I would be a little bit too afraid to go to Australia. And on the other hand, it's a super great country when you see all the pictures. And you've been to New Zealand then?
No, not New Zealand. We wanted to go there also to a bit of New Zealand and Australia because 3 months gives you time to do that, right?
Yeah.
But
I had a friend of mine. She was in Australia for 6 months, so she was working there after university. Very interesting too. So
yeah.
But as I say, I'm a little bit too afraid to go to the countries because of all the animals. So what can I ask you next?
Für der Wanderpaus hatte mir erste voll elektrischen ID4 vorgestellt. Haut also der kleine Bruder, den wir uns mir genau angucken. Das ist der Pionier von einer neuen Epoche, der Volkswagen ID3 First. Intelligent, innovativ, für und allem nachhaltig. Unter dem radikal veränderten Design sticht die neuesten Technologie von der Elektromobilität. Markant ist auch das Belichtungskonzept vom ID3. Sie wird für auf der Front oder auch speziell am Interieur. Inspiriert dich einfach selber. Der Blick an Zukunft ist garantiert.
What is your experience?
Well, I like it very much because it's very different from diesel in a way. It's much more silent, very easy to drive. You have gears, so you can actually put your 2 hands in the steering wheel, and it's very powerful actually if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to.
Straight.
It's electrified cars are so fast.
Yeah, super fast.
In the beginning, yes.
And then you have to, every traffic light change gears, and you don't feel also that the gear change because there's actually no gear, so it's even better than automatic. Like I say, it's very silent, very easy to drive, very safe because it's all so much software everywhere, right? And if you try to change lanes, or if the car notices your tire, I think there's other cars who have this too, right? But there's a lot of technology, and I like it in that sense. It makes me feel better, and I also get a reduction in the insurance. 20% we got because it's an electric car, and technically they are safer, so the insurance also gives you a better price.
Oh, okay, that's I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought it would be more
I didn't know either there. No, it's they gave me 20% off, so
wow,
very happy
wow,
to pay a bit less of. But the car, I can tell everyone to try it. And and I think it's a good experience to change. I also don't like the pollution when you are dropping your children to school and there's all these diesel or gas cars. You smell that, with an electric car, there's no.
It's nice. Yeah, there's nothing. It's like the sound. It's nothing. It's like very clear and very clean.
Yeah, very clean. You have to change oil, all these things. I think it's less times you have to go to the garage, right? So it's also less problems there.
So you like the experience of driving is very nice to you in this car.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. Like I say, I like the silence.
What about your wife? Do you sometimes argue who is gonna drive?
Well, she's not so keen on cars, so I think that discussion is over very early. She doesn't like so much driving. So
you are the driver.
I'm the driver.
Okay, nice. Well, I'm the driver. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's 50-50 in my case, but sometimes it's when you got a car that you really want to drive, and then it's like, I can drive. No, it's fine, I can drive. Well, yeah, but it's a nice experience. So, and you are still looking for schools?
We're still looking for schools, and hopefully they will see me through this video, and
So, just to say, you're doing this during a day, just to explain, you do this during a day or a week or now? How does it work?
So we're trying to find schools that are interested also in meeting us, and it will be approximately one school per country, and during that day we will work with them and we'll exchange practices, and we will try to meet students and tell them about us, and hopefully see where we can help.
Okay. Do you know some words in all the countries that you go, and from the language, or?
Well, we're also aiming at that, but right now we've been quite busy. But we'll try to, of course, learn a bit more about the language and the culture.
Today it's very nice with all the applications on the cell phone that you can go on a deep L and tell them what you want to say. When people want to get in contact with you, they can contact you on Facebook, I think.
Yes, of course, they can contact me on Facebook if they know of any schools in any of the countries from here to Greece, and or if they are already in their countries, and they can search for my name. My complete name is Roberto Gomez Fernandez with Z. Both, and
how the Luxembourgish will say Roberto Gomez Fernandez.
Yes.
Nice.
And they can send me a message through Messenger, no problem. So I will be happy to answer.
Okay, well, I wish you a lot of luck. You will be back in July then.
Yes, end of June, beginning of July.
Okay.
Yes, hopefully. Let's see. Let's touch wood that everything goes well.
And let's keep in contact for that one. I would be very, very excited to hear about the news when you're back in Luxembourg and to share all the experiences.
Me too. I hope everything goes well and we are safe and we have a good experience and that we can also meet people from the different countries and I think we'll be excited for our children too.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward for your experience and to tell us after that. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Merci.
Merci. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Das war Driving Dreams zusammen mit Roberto Gomez Fernandez aus engem ID3. Kontaktiert ihn oder followt ihn auf Facebook. Die nächste Episode sind wir dann ist ganz sportlich NRW.
Driving Dreams. The podcast.